What's up, my fellow 2K-ers? It's your Popboy. It's Jay. We're kind of in between seasons, so you probably already know what I'm on. I'm in here testing plays. I mean, what else would I be doing with my summer? But I've been diving into this playbook for a while now, looking for new money plays that we can take into 2K19 with us. And I'm testing them to find the best, most effective options, finding all the unintended, kind of hidden options in each play. That's the really fun part. So I'm here with another play that's been tested, and it just works. Okay, and here's the one I'm talking about here. It's going to be under the handoff category, and it is right here. Give 15 horns dive. And for the My Teamers, this one's in the Bucks, Bulls, Clippers, Nuggets, Pelicans, and Pistons playbooks. But this thing is nice. It really slices through the defense, draws a lot of bodies, and opens up a lot of different opportunities. So let's take a look. Okay, so here's a setup. We're going to have our ball handler at the top of the key. This is the person you're going to be calling the play for. So this is a horn set, so we're going to have our two bigs at each elbow. And you can see we have our other two dudes in each corner there. So to get this play started, the ball handler is going to dump it into the elbow there. He's going to be passing it to the center. And then he's going to do a little loop cut right around the center who he just passed the ball to into the paint. First thing we're looking for is for that cutter to be ahead of his man. We're looking for that cut to be there, and if it's open, then center's just going to dump it down into the paint, and we got ourselves a layup or a dunk. The thing that makes it effective is the sort of natural rub action that it creates from this type of cut, okay? Because he's cutting just right on the outside, right around that big. So you're going to want to kind of treat it like a screen. Cut right around him, right next to him, and sort of rub off your man. You just have the guy with the ball at the elbow just kind of running interference for you. A lot of times the cutter is going to be able to get ahead of his man, okay, because this type of cut is so effective. Now, what else I found to make this even better, once you get the play set up and you have everybody ready to go, before you make that pass, all right, you can see just drift off to the side here and then pass it to him and then do your normal cut from that spot. So when you come at it from that kind of angle there, instead of coming at it from sort of more straight down, this first option is even better, even more effective, even more consistent. The defender a lot of times is going to be lagging way behind the cutter because he got bumped, he got caught up in this rub action, and of course we're going to have our wide open bucket at the rim. And this is why I test the hell out of these plays, okay, because you wouldn't really know it, but making this simple little adjustment really takes this play from good to great. Now, because this cut, this rub action is so good at getting your cutter ahead of his man, a lot of times it'll make another defender have to react, okay, and that's going to open up some of our other options here. Probably the most common one you see here is the defender on the opposite elbow guarding your power forward. Okay, so he's going to drop down to try to cut off that cutter, and of course, that's going to open up our power forward at the opposite elbow. That's when your center's just going to kick it from one elbow to the other for a nice, wide open, easy, mid-range elbow jumper. So if you have a power forward who can shoot just a mid-range, just an elbow jumper, which really most of them can, then you're going to have a lot of success with this option on this play. Now, if at any time one of the corner defenders drops down to help, obviously that's going to open up one of your shooters at the corners. So to get the most out of this play, to have this play be the biggest threat it can be, we just want to have our guys who are in the corner be serviceable from three. Okay, because we need to keep the spacing of this play intact. We need to have that paint as open as possible, so we can't have any defenders just disregarding their man out there. And if any defender does sag down too far at any point, of course we're going to want to whip it over to the man he left for an open shot. Now, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll help late. Okay, a lot of times the defense will wait until right when that cutter gets in the paint, and then here comes all the help from everywhere. Okay, it's going to draw a ton of bodies into the paint, as you can see here. And that's great for us as the offense because it's going to give us tons of great open kick-out opportunities. Okay, so that's the next option on this play. So if the defense does come with some well-timed help and the cutter catches the ball in the paint just to find all kinds of traffic and he doesn't have an open look, there'll be somebody wide open. You just got to find him. and it'll make for some pretty sweet ass kick out passes, some really wide open shots. You can see how good this thing is at just drawing tons of bodies to the paint. I mean, it's just ridiculous sometimes how many defenders are so out of position. And it's all created by getting that cutter into the lane. Now, what if we're not able to get that cutter into the paint? We're just going to want to remix the play a little bit, and it'll open up a different option for us. So if we take our defender around that big, like we're going to make that cut, and it becomes apparent that we're just not going to be able to get him into the paint, what you're going to want to do is just cut back around that big out to the top of the key. And what it'll do is it'll basically run interference for that cutter again. So because you're now cutting the other way, the defender is now trailing you. And you cut right off of that big, and he's got to get through that interference. And a lot of times he won't be able to. So you can catch and shoot an open jumper at the top of the key. Or of course, you don't have a defender in front of you, so you can catch and drive and then force the defense to help, and then kick it to whoever they leave open. So if they really jump out in front and try to stop this cut, just use this little remix. It'll make him have to trail you, and it'll run him through interference again and open up these options for you. Now let's say we do run the cutter through the paint, but he doesn't get the ball. That's when we're going to have the next options come into play. Okay, so if we basically let the play run here, and God, even though he's wide open, jeez. But if we, for some reason, don't get him the ball, he's going to pop back out to that strong side corner, and your wing who is in that corner, he's going to now cut around to the top of the key and force his man to have to get through the big who's standing there holding the ball, just like before. So this whole play is really about the guy who's holding the ball there just running interference from all directions. So this defender, once again, is going to have to come from kind of a tough angle and have to get through that interference. And if he can't, then this wing is going to have a wide open shot at the top of the key. Now, if his defender is able to stay with him, then that's when we're going to use the final option on this play. And it's going to be your power forward coming from the elbow to the top of the key to run a pick and roll. And obviously from there, you just take whatever is available to you. You can pull up, you can take it all the way, you can drive and kick out to the perimeter if they come to help, because of course we're still going to have our shooters set up on the perimeter. And that's one of the things I love about this play. What I think makes it so effective is throughout the play, as you run it, the spacing of the play remains intact. So you always have good kick out opportunities, and you're always able to make the defense pay if you're able to draw bodies into the paint. Alright, there it is. That's the one. Give 15 horns dive. So plug it in. Take it into 2K19 with you. I know I will. And of course, comment below if you guys have any questions about it. I appreciate all you guys who have let me know some of your favorite plays and why. You know, because I can't get through every play. So keep using the comments section, and we can all get ideas from each other. I'm loving this. I mean, this is what my channel is for, okay? It's a place where we can all help each other enjoy the game more. But I'm going to get back to it. I'm back to the lab again. It's where I belong. You guys know I'll be back soon with more. By the way, if you're new and you want to join us in making a better 2K, then go ahead and subscribe. And if you turn your notifications on, you'll always know when there's something new out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. By the way, 1,000 subscribers. I'm just humbled. I mean, you guys have probably noticed I don't really focus on that much. My focus is really on how to learn as much as I can about the game, be as knowledgeable about it as possible, you know, to make the game the best I can. But I appreciate you guys so much. And I hope to see all y'all back here next time on 2K with the Popboy.